quick link, and Facebook Live. Guys, look at this. The four males have suddenly stood up. Wasn't that incredible? I didn't say anything so you could hear those amazing sounds. This is live from the Masai Mara. We have a young male lion trying to join the coalition of 4 older males, and they are giving him a really hard time. And he's going to keep trying to join them. Wasn't that amazing? My name's Brent. Seb's on camera. This is Seb's first male lion fight. Those sounds just go straight through you. Now, the 4 males are moving away. It's going to be very interesting to see what the younger one, what the smaller man does. Is he going to continue to try follow them, to join their band of brothers? Now, for him, as a single male lion, it is worth sometimes taking those beatings to be able to join a group of 4 males. It means he's going to have a lot better chance at surviving out in this fierce land that is the Masai Mara. If he's by himself and he gets older, he might join or might come across a group of 4 older males that hold territory already, and that would be the end of him. Now, at the moment, it looks to be quite a bit of sort of testing. Is he worth it? Is he going to be a good member to join the coalition? And now the other 3 of the males walked off. 1 is still sitting there. So if he follows them, he could be still trying to join them. Now, this could have been going on for a couple of days already, and sometimes it can take 7 days to 14 days for a coalition to allow a new member in. Now, I don't think he's too much younger than them. He's just got a very, very strange mane. It looks like someone gave him a crew cut. But he is a very beautiful looking lion. Now, they were all lying opposite each other, about 5 meters from each other, in absolute... Look at the drool coming off his chin after that fight. Ex-Ranger is wondering, would his short mane play any part in him being accepted into the coalition or not? I don't think so. I think it'd be more how he stands up to the beatings he's been taking. And when I look at the ground around, I can see this has been going on all night. I can see lots of different broken up pieces of ground where the lions have been fighting throughout the night. And he's sporting a lot of fresh wounds on his back. We can't really see them at the moment. Just with the way he's lying. Oh, sorry, that's my hand. I'm being attacked by biting midges. There's this whole swarm of these very bad little midges that actually sting. They've got a little bit of formic acid in them, so it's quite painful. But don't worry, I'll live through it to bring you this. I just want to move on to the other side of the lions. Megan says, do they have to fight to join? Unless they come into contact with each other when they're all just leaving their natal prides, yes, there will always be fighting for them to join. So I'm going to see if we can see if they've opened up any fresh wounds on his back. So you can see his back is a myriad of scars. Oh, there is a fresh wound that's been opened up. You can see there's a bit of blood coming down. Now, what is incredible about these creatures is they do have the most resilient of immune systems. Now, Charlotte is wondering, will the older boys kill him? Not necessarily, Charlotte. I don't think any of these males have their own territory yet. So they're nomadic, although the 4 look like they're in the perfect sort of age to start taking over from other males. If I remember correctly, this area has got 2 big older males. So a group of 4 young males coming in would be quite a big threat. You can see the Thompson's gazelles getting far away from those big boys as they march down towards the top end of the Ronkai River. Off they go. Oh, flop down. Now you can see that's very, very important coalition behavior. Oh, isn't that incredible? So lying on top of each other like that is part of ensuring those bonds are very close between the males. Now, there's one male that looks a bit older than the other 3, and so they could be related, they might not be. It is not uncommon for male lion coalitions not to be related. And I think that's what's happening here with this little guy trying to join, and he's got to prove his mettle. There's the last of the 4 older males moving. Now, Nicole wants to know, how will we know if he gets accepted into the coalition? Well, it's going to take a while. It's going to be very interesting now as the last of those big feet head off to the north, is whether he gets up to follow them. So if he gets up to follow them, he's going to continue to try join this coalition of 4 males. If he doesn't, it means he's probably decided the risk isn't worth the reward. So here he is, a little bit worse for wear, watching as those other males leave. So, as I say, whether he gets up to follow or not is going to be very, very interesting. Now, isn't this incredible? Remember, this is 100% live from the Masai Mara in Kenya. It looks like he might be wanting to get up. Just watching the movements on his body. And Sebastian has just been attacked by the biting midges, so that is them trying to get them away from his mouth. They've decided that we are very tasty this morning. So he's still watching them disappear. Is he going to join them, or is he going to take this opportunity to maybe try and move away and not take another beating? Hi, Tracy. Tracy's asking, do no lions stand a chance on their own? Tracy, they do. So what happens, well, in an area like this where big coalitions are the most common thing and they dominate the majority of the Mara, if you are a single lion who doesn't manage to join one of those coalitions, there is a way for you to pass on your genetic code, and it's to become a very sneaky lion and a nomadic lion. So what will happen is when there's a female in estrus, you'll hang around the edge, mate with her quickly, and then disappear before the dominant males find you. And in certain areas of Africa, up to 45% of the cubs are actually not born to the pride males. They're born to those sneaky males who haven't been able to join a coalition and work around the peripheries of the bigger prides and the bigger male coalitions. And they actually are quite successful because a lion is programmed to eat and pass on his genetic code. So the fighting and all that is all tied into both of those things. They'll fight over food and they'll fight over mating rights. Now, with the male lions like this, there are 4 of them, so they're already a nice big coalition, so they're quite strong, and you can see from the way they were lying on each other, those bonds between those 4 males are very, very strong. So they've probably, if they're not related, they've been together a long time, at least 2 or 3 years. Where there is this guy, you can see he's just trying to join. Now the lions are getting a little bit further away, so he looks like he keeps wanting to get up to join them. Elizabeth saying if one accepts him, we'll all accept him. Elizabeth, very difficult to say. I think he would need to be, there would be others that are more tolerant in the beginning and some that are not. So if he is tolerated by 1 or 2 of them, he could definitely make his way into the coalition eventually. Roshni is wondering, why would females encourage nomadic lions to mate with them? I don't think they encourage it. It's ingrained in them. It is to do with genetic diversity, especially in areas where you've got big coalitions of males that dominate over prides for a long time. They often end up mating with their daughters. So it is a way to make sure that there is new blood and new genetic diversity coming into the pride, even if they are stuck with the same males for an extended period of time. Normally, male lions will 4 or 5 years at the top, and that's sort of to coincide with when their first set of cubs becomes sexually mature. So they're then pushed out normally by new males, and so the mating will be with new males and not with their fathers. However, in areas where you have big coalitions, there's often an overlap, and there will not always, but quite often be a generation of cubs that have been sired or by their fathers. So they're both their father and grandfather. So let me just get this right, yes. So basically the fathers will mate with their daughters, and there will be that generation that is inbred. Now, that's not the biggest problem with lions. Lions are able to inbreed up to about 4 or 5 generations without any adverse effects. Now, he's still watching them, but I'll show you quickly what Sebastian and I are hiding from, why I've got so much stuff around me. And you can see these tiny little things. You wouldn't think that they are terrible, but they sting like anything. And this tiny, oh, there's some making new tiny stinging things. You can see the females are slightly orange, and the males... can't get there, sorry. Well,
I can go where I am now.
Okay, well, let's have a look back at our male. But so the female of these biting midges are orange, and the males are black, and basically there's piles of males all over the females. So, oh, he's starting to call a little bit. He just did a soft contact call. So he definitely wants to join them. But now you can see he's sort of going through the motions. Was the beating worth being able to join this large coalition of males? He just keeps looking like he's about to move. We're just going to wait a little bit to see if he does get up to join them. Now, it is an absolutely stunning morning in the Mara, and we were very lucky. We spotted these guys from quite far away, and we set out looking for 5 cheetahs, and we found 5 male lions. And that's the way it goes when you're live in the African bush. We never know what is going to be around the next corner. There we go. He's showing signs that he might move. You can see, there we go, he's up. Oh, he's got a bit of a sore foot from that last beating. Oh, he's going to lie down again. So, obviously he got bitten. It looked quite high up on the leg that's causing him to not use that leg. And, oh, does he got a new cut on his face as well? On the left side. Oh, turn your head, other way. You can see him licking like that. It might mean he does have... He's going to try clean the wounds a little bit. So that's the one that's obviously causing the most pain at the moment. Now, it might seem really, really harsh to us one, but this is nature unfolding as it has for hundreds of thousands of years on these open plains. Oh, he looks to have kept his face reasonably pretty. I just wanted him to turn his head to the... Oh no, he's managed to keep his face relatively pretty. Now, Aubrey's wondering, what is the success rate of males joining a coalition? I'm not sure, Aubrey. I haven't seen it enough times to know. And often you will only see the male coalitions once they've already formed. Oh, look at those eyes. So it is quite difficult to say. I will do some research on it and try to find out. But the only way to really do it is to find... Don't take your aggression out on us. We didn't do anything to you. So quite often with animals, specifically after things like that, what he's displaying now is misplaced aggression at the vehicle. It's not serious, but because he's got such a hiding from those other males, he gave us a little growl and a little raise of the lip. Don't worry, we're not in any danger, and it's just the fact that he needs to sort of maybe save some face for someone, and it happens to be us. Donald is wondering, is it possible that the coalition ripped this one's mane apart? I don't think so, Donald. I just think he's got a funny mane. So all lions have had different manes. I've seen a male lion that only has a mane on the bottom and nothing up on top. He was bald up on top. So every male lion has a slightly different mane. And this guy, actually, I quite like his crew cut. It's quite pretty. Well, it looks like he's not going to follow the males now. He might definitely wait and try follow them again a little bit later, but it looks like he's going to lie down and try recover a little bit from his injuries. You can see there's even bites on the inside of his leg. Oh, he popped it down again. But that is one of the areas that male lions will go during a fight. The mane is there to protect the throat and that area. So often male lions, if they can get into the back legs, and particularly if they can get under and onto the soft area of the stomach, that's where male lion fights can do a lot of damage. It looks like he's going to lift his leg, and then there we go. You can see a little bit higher. You see there's bites all in there, and you see the blood. So it is an area that is quite vulnerable in lions, particularly when they are fighting. Now, I think those other males haven't moved off too far. I think they're probably going to have a snooze in the trees. I've lost sight of them now. They've moved into some little thickets. But we're going to sit with this guy a bit longer, see if he does decide to follow the rest of the coalition. Oh. Are you going to move? But remember, we could go live at any time, so keep a lookout. If he does decide to follow those males, we'll follow him, and we will bring it to you as soon as it happens. So from myself, Brent and Seb, and this gorgeous crew-cut male lion who's hoping to join those other four, hopefully we will see you a little later.